Welcome to the Three Times podcast. Today's bonus episode is a preview of Alston Live Festival 2025. Paul Freer and Jess McCormack talk about this year's lineup, how an effective social media campaign has boosted ticket sales, and a new opportunity for sponsors. The festival will be held in Alston on the 18th and 19th of July. Everything you need to know about tickets and accommodation is on the website at alstonlive.com.
Hi Steve, I'm Paul from Alston Live Music Festival and I'm the chair.
And I'm Jess and I'm also part of Alston Live Music Festival and I'm in charge of the social media.
Lovely to have you on the podcast. How did it go last year, 2024?
2024 was a busy year for us. It was our last time that we held it around the town, so mostly in the town hall and in some of the public houses around the town. Very well attended. But we've changed all that for this year, so it's quite exciting.
All right, and what changes have you made?
We're going to go back to its home, its original home on Tyne Willows Field in Alston, which is like a big playing field area, and we're going to have the classic tent formatted festivals. So we're playing under canvas and lots of side shows and stalls and lots of fun.
What have you been doing to promote the festival this year?
So we've been massively advertising on our social media platforms like Facebook, X, Threads and Instagram. We've got the word out around the town, we've got flyers up, and obviously we're doing this podcast today.
And what sort of catering is going to be on the site this time?
So we've got 3 catering trucks coming. One's the very well-known Acropolis street food. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I did come across them somewhere, but I can't place them.
Yeah, they've got a permanent stall in Granger Market and they're also all over the northeast, very successful. They go to a lot of festivals.
Barfest, that's where I saw them. Yeah.
And we've also got Waffling On, which is a sweet and savoury waffle van. They're local, based in Carlisle, so that'll be lovely. And then we've also got, I don't know its name, it's the Mexican truck from... Little Mexico.
Little Mexico.
Yeah,
oh,
we've
brilliant.
got Little Mexico coming. So that'll be nice. A nice variety for people to enjoy.
Yeah.
Cater for everyone.
Yeah. Well, if there are people listening to this who've not dined at Little Mexico, then you're missing out on something. It's a fantastic little place.
We've got family, children entertainment. We've got a lot on offer this year.
Mm-hmm. And what about the lineup?
Well, we've got 2 stages, so we've got our famous teapot stage, which is the main stage, and we've got our bar stage, which will be Trevor's Bar in memory of one of our original festival committee members, Trevor, who sadly passed away last year. So it starts on Friday the 18th of July at around 3:30 in the afternoon, just as schools finish for the summer holidays. And then all day Saturday. Friday afternoon, well, the headline act for Friday is largely local band called Taras. They've got a great following, superb band. Really looking forward to seeing them. They're going to be helped by a band called Plectrus, which are Hexham based.
That's Ben Haslam from
Correct.
The Vault, isn't it? Yeah.
And Chris Dancer, yeah. So looking forward to hearing them. And we've got Americana blues guitarist Andy Fraser, and he usually comes with a guy called Jim Bullock who plays harmonica.
And who played in 2024,
Correct.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did, yes. So we're really pleased to have him back. We're going to try something new this year on our bar stage, and it's usually new musicians. And this year, I'll let you know later on how exciting I am to tell you about this new development, but we're trying to get music students to kind of use it as an introducing set and encourage them to come and perform, give them a performance platform. So fingers crossed we'll get response to that and hopefully get some music students to come and fill that space on the Friday afternoon.
And where are you going to look for them?
I'm just looking at the catchment area, so schools with strong music courses. I'll put some inquiries out to kind of ask people, and if they are listening to this podcast and they want to get in contact with us, then please do on our social media platforms. There's a few reprobates as well on the Friday, some of the usual suspects from Alston.
Are you playing on the Friday by any chance?
Correct.
Yes.
That's why I'm classed in that in that group. And then they are kind of local legends. Ian and Harry, they're, I don't want to even call them a tribute band, but he sounds better than Elvis, let's put it that way. And people love them, so yeah, we're good to see. We're looking forward to seeing them on Friday.
Right, so what other names have you got for Friday?
Young lad, I believe he's from Carlisle, Danny Veach. He plays in a kind of an indie pop band, but we've got him on as a solo artist. So that's the lineup for our Friday evening, afternoon, and then Saturday kicks off at 12 o'clock. And of course there'll be other things. There'll be discos, disco tent, as Jess has mentioned. There's kind of like family activities going on throughout the day. We've got a new duet coming to the festival for the first time. They're called Benson and Edges, a ukulele and guitarist. We've got our favourite American guitarist, Tom O'Donnell from Rothbury. He plays classic American Paul Simon-y type folk music. Headlining on Saturday in the bar stage is The Symptoms, if you've ever come across The Symptoms.
I've come across The Symptoms. I'm a big admirer of The Symptoms. I've tried to get them on the podcast. I was very disappointed when they retired, and I'm delighted they've come back.
I'm delighted they came back, and I'm delighted that Hull said yes to the festival, because they don't play every festival at all. So we are friends of The Symptoms, and it's great that they're going to be headlining the bar stage. Celia Bryce Acoustic, Celia Bryce Band. We're going to have a cut down version of them. We've got a band called Hurst, lovely female vocal singer with Hurst, with full band. I'm really excited to listen to a guy called Steve Sherris. He plays flamenco guitar, so that's kind of a new slant for the festival to have flamenco.
And Steve is a big name in the Turk's Head sessions on a Sunday afternoon, isn't he?
He is indeed. Steve is an excellent all-round guitarist that I can only dream of in terms of my 3-chord wonders that I come up with. But looking forward to hearing Steve in his other guise as a flamenco, playing his flamenco. There's a lovely story about Steve. He actually was trained in Spain. He said he was there with all these Spanish guitarists who were absolutely knockout, out-the-world guitarists.
Yeah.
And his instructor basically says, if you don't learn this by next week to this standard, you are no longer coming to my class. And he got good. So I'm really looking forward to Steve. Saturday headline, amazing folk band from kind of Durham area, Driven Serious. Have you come across Driven Serious?
I've not heard of them before, no.
Yeah, Rob Jones, he's played the festival before. They're a 5-piece kind of folk rock, I think is probably a good description. We've got our very own Hilltop Hoolies playing. That's Fred Sheriff and
Martha
Steve.
Mattress and Steve Sherris,
They probably should be in that Renegade group, actually, or Reprobate group.
They should, yes.
I'll give them the benefit. Band from Carlisle, Spiritones. They're like garage surf. Completely different genre to what we normally have, but we're mixing it up this year. I think we picked this band purely because of the name, and they're called Hiroshima Twinkie. They're from, I think they're Kendal based. They're kind of like a folky rock band. Looking forward to them. On the wonderful 99 Mr. Benz, who you interviewed, I think, last year.
I did. They're a tour de force, 99 Mr. Benz, aren't they?
Yep. And I tell you what you need to look out for is Stephen, the singer's new band, No Rest for the Florist. It's there. I've heard one or two of their links he sent me, just studio that they're working in the studio to put an album together. Fabulous. I'd love to have them on at the festival next year. Lovely vocal singer coming all the way from Leeds, Molly Reimer, with her band. Check her out on social media. She's absolutely superb.
How do you spell Reimer?
Rymer. And the Brampton Reavers, who are kind of like a well-known band from that very said area. I bumped into them at Wild on the Wall Festival and asked if they were interested in playing this year, and they jumped at the chance.
So is that more traditional Borders folk violin stuff, pipes?
I'd almost say it's got a bit of an Appalachian twist to it, so it's quite, it's kind of folky, but it's maybe got a little, that bit of Americana to it as well. So they're an interesting sound. So we've got a great lineup, plenty to come and listen to, loads of different genres of music. We've also got our resident poet, which is David Rowe from Holt Whistle, who'll be there just going around the festival, giving people poems.
Was he the guy who did the thing in the church last year?
He did the church gig.
What's his name? His stage name is
The Unexpected Poet.
That's it, The Unexpected Poet.
It tells a lovely story about how he came about being the unexpected poet through his dyslexia.
That's right.
So
he's very entertaining.
And We've also got, I suppose he's now our resident comedian, Alex Paisley. So he's going to be on the festival field as well, telling jokes. Usually at my expense or Fred's expense, but yeah, looking forward to it.
So you've got two stages. Are they going at the same time at opposite ends of the field? How does that work?
They're staggered, so people can get the benefit of all the bands. And we've also got a buskers stage with Ian K. Brown. He's going to be running the buskers stage and a ukulele workshop. So anybody who's wanting to master the ukulele, come to the festival and you can have a free workshop.
Ian Brown is your man if the ukulele is your instrument.
Yeah, so looking forward to that.
But no events in the town itself this time?
No, we're going back to our roots.
Jess, how much is this going to cost the people who want to come?
Yeah, so adult weekend tickets are £40, 12 to 16 year olds are £15 for a full weekend ticket, and under 12s enter free.
And you've got lower prices for day tickets. What are they?
Yes, the day tickets, they are £25 for the Friday only adult and £25 for the Saturday only adult. 12 to 16 year olds are £10.
Are there plenty of places for people to stay?
Yep, so we have camping on the festival field near the festival site, and if people don't want to camp, there is the option of obviously staying in town because it's such a short distance away.
But it's down a hill, presumably, so people with mobility issues might want to take that into account.
I don't think there'll be any issue with mobility because it's a flat festival site and the access, it's really accessible, so I don't think people will have a problem with that. In fact, we have had comments in the past of people praising how accessible that site is, which is one of the reasons we wanted to go back to that format.
Right. Where exactly is it?
It's on Tyne Willows Playing Field, CA9 3HZ.
Is that is that where you can see from out the pub window?
Yes, yeah, the Cumberland's got a lovely view of the field.
So Jess, you are a social media specialist, is that right?
Apparently so.
How did you go about putting a marketing campaign together for the festival?
With a lot of thought, a lot of sweat, blood, tears, a lot of planning. It's just one of those, you gauge your audience and you decide where you want to go. I guess I've approached the committee quite a few times on their ideas of which way they want the festival to go, what kind of vibes they want to give. And from there I've just sort of curated this sort of branding and pushed that really, and that seems to have worked quite well.
Yeah, and which platforms did you choose to promote it on?
So at the moment we've currently got Facebook and Instagram, which are main ones, and then we are also on Twitter, well, formerly known as Twitter, it's now X, and Threads, and I'm looking to put us onto TikTok later this year.
So that's pretty comprehensive, you're not going to miss anybody with that strategy.
No, we want to get everyone. The more exposure the better.
And we also have a website, of course.
Yeah, we also have a website, which is very useful, and where you can buy the tickets online.
And what's the address?
alstonlive.com. Nice and simple.
I mean, one thing I'll add there, Steve, since Jess came on board to the committee, our social media has gone through the roof. Loads more likes, follows, and that has reflected on ticket sales this year. We've never had so many tickets sold in such a short space of time since Jess launched it. What was it, beginning of March?
It's been on for 6 weeks now, and we've broken our ticket sales record.
Wow.
So we're doing well.
Well done, Jess.
Yeah, well done, Jess. I mean, it's brilliant that we have so many successful festivals here. I mean, we've got, is it 4 or 5? I think it's 5 regular big musical events in Northumberland and your corner of Cumbria that have been going year after year. It's just amazing, given that so many festivals and venues are closing down these days.
I mean, we've come pretty close a couple of times. You know, we've sailed close to the wind, going into the red and breaking the bank. You know, it's not easy. People don't realise just how expensive it is to put a festival on.
Yeah.
You know, the old format that we had around the town, we had very little overheads. So our overheads were the sound engineer and the bands.
Yeah.
And we ran a bar that helped support that. Whereas now, we can't consider putting a festival on that field unless we've got £10,000 in the bank. That's just for a small festival like ours.
Yeah.
So I don't know how people manage with some of the bigger festivals.
Yeah, well, I think the answer is some of them don't, do they? Yeah, no, it's brilliant that we've got something to look forward to again this summer.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I reiterate, through Jess and the buzz that we've got through social media and the interest, that's kind of stimulated much greater interest in the festival than it's ever had, particularly in Alston. So it's great.
Of course, you're building on the reputation that Alston has as being a sort of a very lively place for music. I think people all over the place know Alston for that, don't they?
I think we are quite lucky that we've inherited that.
I think, again, I go back to social media, but we're getting recognised now. People come to the Turks music sessions on a Sunday, for example. It's a good lead into playing at the festivals. If anybody wants to play our festival, we set up an applications to play invite, usually in the autumn, and quite often a lot of the musicians that turn up for the Sunday sessions in the Turk's Head in Alston end up playing at the festival. It's a great way into that.
And from what you said, it sounds as though all your artists come from the north this year. Is that right? Further south with Leeds, I think that you mentioned. Was that right?
Yeah, Leeds is our furthest south, and then the kind of Cumbria based and Northumberland.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that we've been so pleasantly surprised about is that once we put this application to play, we were inundated with applications. Yeah. I've got a list. Brilliant. I've got a list of bands that sadly I couldn't put on this year, but I've kind of let them know that their application's still live, and I can start planning next year already. Yeah. So it's brilliant. We had a band 2 years ago called Shanghai Treason from Sheffield. Like, I think they call themselves banjo punks. Everybody loved them, and their singer told me, if you want us for next year, we need to know like ASAP. So we're having to work like that, which is great. I love the fact that we've got the demand now. We're being recognised. People want to play. I'm learning the Weasley world of the music industry as I go along, and this is how you have to work. Years in advance sometimes.
And how many tickets have you got to sell? How many people can go in total?
Around 500.
500. Yeah. So people should get in fast.
Please do. We'll have most of the ticket sales we get are online through our website, alstonlive.com, but there'll be locations in and around Alston where you'll be able to physically buy the wristbands yourself as well, if that's what you want to do.
We've also got a fundraiser coming up on the 22nd of this month, where you'll be able to purchase the tickets.
So that will be in Alston?
Yes.
And who's playing?
At the Turk's Head. It's at 7 o'clock. And we've actually got a sample of people that will be playing at this year's festival.
Oh, right.
So we've got a bit of flamenco from Steve Sherris. We've got Ian and Harry playing. And we've got Benson and Edges, and we've also got Alston's famous Hilltop Hoolies.
So that's a taster for the festival.
Yeah.
Where you can get a ticket as well. So people should go along to that if they can at all, shouldn't they?
Please do, yeah.
Brilliant.
More the merrier.
One of the things that we're introducing this year as well, Steve, is that you can become a festival sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking to approach local businesses. Anyone who wants to sponsor the festival, who'll be on our media list and will learn all about the festival, will obviously get in for nothing as part of their sponsorship deal, but we'll be asking for sponsors this year as well.
What kind of thing are you offering the sponsors apart from free entry?
Sponsorship deals are going to be, for an individual, like £75, so that will cover all your festival entry for the weekend. I don't want to let too many things out the bag, but there may be some VIP type meet the bands.
Tailored promotion for
exactly
what people need, that kind of thing.
We promote all the sponsors on our webpage.
Yeah.
And they get to hear about things before anybody else.
And how can potential sponsors get in touch with you?
Just through our Alston Live webpage or through Messenger on our social media Facebook page. And we've got another fundraiser, Easter Bank Holiday Weekend, on the 19th of April. We've got the superb James Gillespie, one of the Gillespie brothers.
All right,
I've ever had the pleasure of listening to them, so very lucky to have James coming to play.
Doing a solo set?
He's doing a solo set for us. That would be excellent. The rest of the lineup isn't completely finalised yet, but James is probably going to be headlining that night.
So that's and that's in Alston again. You said
That'll be the Turk's Head
Yeah.
again in Alston.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
When it's all finalised, it'll be published on social media and the website for any
Yeah.
more information.
Well, that's great. Paul and Jess, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
All the best for 2025.
Yeah, hope to see you there.
You will. Thanks for listening to the 3 Times podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe and tell your friends about it.